Um, Good evening, and thank you for your presence, for being so numerous. I don't know how you say that in English, but so full. I would like to clear up some things, because maybe some of you know that on Sunday there has been a presentation of some scientific work which was held under the lead of Professor Glasson. And there is a lot of misunderstandings. So I'm happy to have the opportunity tonight to make things more understandable and more, I would say, more precise. I think that's the good word. More accurate for the ones on Sunday who had some doubts about what real music was. What is real music actually? The main hypothesis is that what is generally called history of music, musicology, musical analysis, and so on, might actually be an enormous lie. Instead, it seems that real music is much broader, much more adventurous, much more dangerous, and much more maybe strange than we are used to usually think. To use a little bit a pedantic expression, a bombastic, I think you would say, I would say that music draws the ephemeral maps of world which is constantly changing and always the same. Which means that this world, at the moment we listen to music, is something which contains all the points of space and time in one element. It's very abstract. That's why I would like immediately to give you an example. The first person I would like to talk to you about is Mr. William Sarhan. Mr. William Sarhan was a composer, British composer, who was famous in his time for bad reason. The bad reason was that he was in love with his daughter-in-law. It's not very nice, but it happens. This apparently it happened. This daughter-in-law was called Isadora Pumpkin Wessel. This lady was, according to Mr. Sarhan, she was the most beautiful in the world. And actually she was. Someone knew already, Mr. She had long hair. Well, actually it was not really long hair because she had a wig, but she had a beautiful wig, and she had a beautiful face, especially on the left side, because on the right she was not so well, but anyway, she was beautiful, very beautiful. And William Sarhan had this great idea that to compose the perfect music, the most beautiful music, this music had to be founded on the proportions of the body of Isadora Pumpkin Wessel. So he had the idea of infiltrating Isadora's bedroom by night, a ruler in one hand and a piece of music paper on the other. And he got close to her bed, and then with a ruler, he took the dimension of her nose, of her eyebrow, of the hair. It was easy because it was a wig, it was on the side. And then he wrote it down, and these numbers were converted into music. So, for instance, let's listen of what was the music of the nose. It was 2 inches. That was the nose. And then the left eye. We will not talk about the right one because it was a glass one. But we can talk about her mouth, that she had very, very beautiful. The problem for William St. was that when she was sleeping, she was used, of course, to have the blanket, so she couldn't get to the arm and to the legs or this thing, this kind of thing. So he made a piece just about the face. Let's hear the piece. The Face of Isadora Pumpkin-Wessel, ladies and gentlemen, by William St. performed by Matthew Metzger. William St. thought that it was a good step, it was a beautiful act, but he wanted to go further in that. So he tried to introduce and to imply into his musical composition also the personality of Isadora Pumpkin-Wessel. So he converted psychological elements into music. Like, for instance, her bad temper, because she had a very bad temper. So, for instance, her bad temper was like that. And also, she had some vocabulary, I would say, irregularities, like me. And that was the way it went. And at last, because it was not enough, he wanted to have a complete portrait of her. He also introduced the clothes of Isadora Pumpkin-Wessel.